All right, I'm Judson Powell. This is Decoding the Bible. I'm gonna have to pull over at the gas station to do this. I'm so busy. I need like a secretary, a personal assistant, and some other stuff. Anyway, so I'm trying to get this in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Just start hitting buttons and do it, because I need that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I've already been talking about decoding the Bible. There's already 3 episodes up, so if you want to go back and check the other episodes out, they'll give you some of the groundwork. So now, generator, operator, and destroyer is God, all right? Because remember, the word God is just a word that somebody made up. And that's why I keep telling you the codis inscriptus, okay? The code within the code is important for you to know, because if you don't know this, then people can really, take advantage of you. And the reason is because, once again, the aristocracy, people in secret societies and all this kind of stuff, they know these codes and they know what's going on. And so that's how come I keep telling y'all about stuff like the New World Order, or, and everybody's like, oh, conspiracy. It's not a really conspiracy theory. It's just that, if you don't know, they just don't tell you. So it's not like a conspiracy theory. It's just basic. It's ignorance, because you don't know what's going on. And so they're not going to tell you. So anyway, so now I'm going to start breaking the Bible down for you. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I got the Bible. I got it on my tablet. So anyway, so I'm going to go down to, chapter 1. Let's go down and let's just drop down to verse, 26. All right. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over all the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. All right. So now you have dominion over the earth and over. So that's where we get the terminology. And this is Moorish terminology, Lord of the earth. Okay, so that's how come you got Lord of Lords, King of Kings, because your job, according to the scripture, according to the codis inscriptus, is to be the Lord of the earth. All right. So now, think about the words that are being used. Is dominion, okay? Basically, everything that creeps on the earth, everything. So let them have dominion over everything. And he says, so basically what this is all saying, and hold on, let me first of all clarify something. There was an article. In fact, I gotta say this before I go on. There was an article, National Geographic, this is not no fly by night, it's not, TMZ. I shouldn't dog TMZ like that, but it's not TMZ or some, the Roots or something like that. It's a real, this is the National Geographic has been around since before most of us were born. Okay. So now, and they do it anyway. So National Geographic recently had an article about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who wrote the book Message to the Black Man. Okay, now, and he also came up with the terminology Asiatic black man. Okay, and so because at that point we were Negro, colored, black, we had all kinds of different names until, we don't have to go into that history. But anyway, the thing about it is that this article said that he was probably, that there is a 90% probability that he was correct when he said that the account in Genesis in the King James Version is the birth, or the starting, the genesis of the European Caucasian race. All right. And so also you got to keep in mind that's why I'm doing this, is because I'm trying to show you how this is the manifest destiny of the white race. Okay, it is a manifest destiny of the white race. That is exactly, and look, they even said that for the history books. You know, if you go to any school, and here's the other thing, and I've been trying to explain to y'all that the dictionary, Merriam-Webster, the Webster's Dictionary, Thorndike, Barnhart dictionaries, all of these dictionaries, the fact that you learn certain things in school and certain things are not taught to you in school on purpose. Why? Because it is the code that is written in. Have you ever noticed that most religious places have schools attached to them? Like the Catholics have schools, the Lutherans have schools, the Presbyterians have schools. Everybody that has a form of the Bible or that believes in the King James Bible has a school associated with it. There is a reason behind that. Why? Because it is part of the indoctrination. And if you are in the Catholic Church, go and read the Maccabees. Okay, the Maccabees are some of the books that were removed from the Bible, from the regular Bible that everybody else gets. So the Bible that you get at the Black church or the Pentecostal church, it does not have these books in them. Why not? Because they are actually the blueprint for what? For how to indoctrinate people that are heathens and have no souls, aka Black folks, Aborigines, Aztecs, Mayans, other people, the indigenous people of the earth. Okay, so now go and check it out. And don't look. And every time I talk to y'all, I always tell you, don't take my word for it. All right, go and research it for yourself and find out, because I've researched it and I'm just reporting the facts. Okay, so now Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that he says basically, when they started writing the King James Version, it's the manifest destiny. It is the prophecy, the prophecy that's laid out there for the white race, how the white race will be successful and will dominate and will do all these things. Okay, they flip the script on you. Okay, they put people in there just like, where is the land of Hebrew? All right. Okay, we have Africans, we have Ethiopians. We can say, you know, that you're from a certain country in Africa, right? Nubia, Kemet, whatever, Egypt, as it's called in the Bible, right? So now they've changed all the, and so they have us so indoctrinated that we have people who believe that Egyptians are white. Why? Hollywood is also a part of it, right? What do they do in Hollywood movies? They take the Native Americans and they kill them, and they call them witch doctors and all of this kind of stuff, right? They in the shoot 'em up movies, cowboys and Indians, the cowboys win, the Indians lose, and the cowboys get all the land, and they make it seem as though the Indians are evil, right? Think about it. Think. Don't judge, just think. All right. And see, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Okay, so now at the beginning of this book, he tells, what do they say? They say, so he's saying that God, the generator, the operator, the destroyer, is giving these people authority, dominion, power, authority over the entire earth, the animals, everything. So if they think you're an animal, guess what? That means they don't give a rat's butt about you, right? Why should they? Because they didn't believe. Look, let me explain something to you. Because of the indigenous people of the earth, they don't believe that you have a soul. That's why they were able to continue into slavery, because they considered you to be less than human. All right, but let's flip the script on that. And I don't have my notes, but if I have my notes, do you realize that the ancient Kemetic priests, they said that there were only 4 races of humans. And what is hue? Hue stands for what? Color. So they said that there were only 4 races of humans, and the colors of them were brown, black, yellow, and red. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it next time. I'll go and I'll find my documents. But anyway, that's what the word human. So human came from color. So Caucasians, didn't have any hue. So really what they did was they flipped the script on us. And they were like, okay, so now we are all of a sudden we're human and all these, because remember, they were not civilized until the Moors. They were cave dwellers in the Caucasus Mountains until the Moors came and rescued them. They showed them how to make fire, how to cook, how to do all of these things. Why? Because they were actually living, some accounts say that they were like living in their own filth. All right. So these different things are this is history, but they changed history. So if I take you to my school and I teach you my history and I make my God your God, and I make everything seem as though you have done negative and I have done great. So Hebrews, so now we got the Hebrews or the Israelites or whatever you want to call them, because at that time there was no land of Israel, right? Israel doesn't come about until the 1940s after the Second World War. All right. That's how young the nation of Israel is. There is no Hebrew. Where is the nation of Hebrew? Okay, where are all of these, just like all of these different names of tribes that supposedly are in the scriptures, where are they? And where did they originate from? And where is their land? Okay, ask yourself these questions. Where is their land? Just like we always get these Negropeans who want to call themselves, oh, we're the descendants of Ham. Where is the land of Ham? Because in order, technically, and the reason why, once again, the reason why they made up this fictitious story is so that they would have a historical perspective on who they were. All right, because they had no historical perspective. But when they looked at every other situation, like they looked at the Aborigines in Australia, they looked at the Mayans and the Aztecs in Central and South America, they could look at Pacific Islanders and Asians, and they could say they had a certain history. They could look at Africans and we had a certain history, and we have what? We have things that show where we came from. We have a land. Okay. Asia is a land. Africa is a land. Europe didn't come about until later. Okay. And until then, and if you know the history of Europe and you go through the churches and everything in Europe, all the people are on the walls are what? They're black. All right. Okay. And some, and those were our ancestors, the Moors. Okay. They were not. So it took a while for all of this stuff to come through. All right. Okay. So now he says, so over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So do other human beings creep upon the earth? Yes. It says over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Okay, over the cattle, over all the earth, not just so. And if you think about the manifest destiny or the prophecy that's there, who is that? It would be the Europeans, because they literally took control and dominated everything in the earth. Don't be trying to, don't outthink yourself. Just think, okay. And then it said, and now, so the next part is, and so then God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. Okay. So now all of a sudden, here's the human being, right? The human being is there, and the human being is in the domain. Okay. And the Bible is saying that the human being was created male and female at the same time. Okay, so we're getting ready to go into the basis of what? Of the trick of what happened, how we got tricked into certain things, right? So now we gotta learn. So he says, and then God blessed them, and he said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Subdue it. All right. Think of the words submission, subdue, okay? And have dominion over the fish of the sea, etc., 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 right? Okay. So once again, the word dominion comes up. Okay. If you're a Hebrew, how do you have dominion over the earth if you don't even have land on the earth? The biggest stretch of land on the face of the earth is Africa. Okay, so having dominion and power and authority over what? Okay, what? Tell me what, if you're a Jebusite, what do you have? Where is the land of Jebusites? There is not even an ancient map that has this stuff on it. Why are there and think about this. Historically, there are no artifacts from anything in the Bible. No known artifacts. They can't. Okay, so you mean to tell me you fought all these wars during Exodus? They can't find a chariot, a wheel, a cup, a knife, a spoon, nothing. But they've got the half of the Mayan civilization in museums. They got half of the Egyptian civilization in museums. They got Aboriginal, artifacts in museums all over the world. And I'm talking about these people came and got them. The Europeans, I'm talking about the Spanish, the French, the English, everybody that has museums has what in the museums? They have our stuff. They don't have nothing of their own. So why would you collect our stuff and not collect your own stuff? And Jesus, the whole Jesus myth and everything, it's not even that old. It's only 2,000 years old. They got stuff. Look, they got stuff in the Louvre Museum in France that is 10,000 years old. But you have no artifacts. There are no artifacts from the biblical times. Why? Because it is what? It is metaphorical and it is allegorical. So now National Geographic says that Elijah Muhammad was probably 90% right in the fact that what? That the Genesis story, the Torah, all of this stuff, what is it? It is the creation of the white race. And then he says, let us make man in our image. Meaning what? That there is more than one God. That's why I keep telling y'all, generator, operator, destroyer, God. There is more than one. There was more than one at the beginning. There was more than one at the creation. There was more than one on the earth. There's always been more than one, but they lied to you and told you that you were not. Because I can't enslave you. I can't control you. I can't put you under mind control. I can't stop you if you know that you are a generator. If you know that you have this chakra energy. If you know that you have the third eye and you can go to your sixth chakra energy and you can actually talk to the Most High, the Creator God, the unseen God, the Most High, who has no gender, who has no origin, and I'm going to show you where they have this stuff in the rest of the scriptures. All of a sudden, who is it? Melchizedek shows up, right? He has no beginning, no end, and he has no genealogy. Nobody knows who he is, right? But he shows up and they give money to him. All right? Think about it. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Think, which is what they taught us not to do. That's why they wouldn't let you read. That's why they wouldn't let you write. That's why they prohibit you from reading and writing. You could be murdered for what? For reading and writing. Something that's very simplistic. But you would be murdered for it. And then when you did finally start to be able to read, the only thing that you could read was the King James Version of the Bible. And why? Because it was their manifest destiny. All right. So anyway, I'm basically That's lesson number lesson number 1. So their manifest destiny, not yours. Hit subscribe, hit like. Somebody trying to call me, hit subscribe, hit like. I love you, and see you tomorrow.